Rush. Rush is one of the most dangerous monsters indoors. His whole thing is speed. He rushes through every room you've passed and instantly kills anyone who's not hiding. The moment you see the lights flicker, you've got a few seconds to jump into a closet or under a bed. If you hesitate, you're dead. He's loud, like really loud. You'll hear this messed up static screech, and then boom! The lights explode, everything goes dark, and he storms past. Once he's gone, every room he passed through is left in total darkness. Rush shows up randomly, usually after room 10, and sometimes the game fakes you out with a flicker just to mess with you. That's the worst part. You never know if it's real until it's already too late. Visually, he's this shadowy figure with a white, wide-open mouth. But honestly, you barely see him. He's so fast, all you catch is the noise and the aftermath. The only way to survive Rush is quick reaction. Don't loot, don't look around, just hide. Closets are your best friend. If there's nothing ahead, run back. He only moves forward, never turns around. Simple rule, no hiding equals no survival. You hear him coming? Get out of sight and fast. The Beast. The Beast in Flee the Facility isn't just some mindless killer, it's a player. And that's what makes it way more stressful. You're not up against an AI. It's someone with a brain, a strategy, and a giant hammer ready to smack you unconscious. The moment the match starts, the Beast starts hunting. They move slower than the survivors, but they can see your red footprints for a few seconds if you run. And if they catch you slipping, bam, you're down. One hit, no warning, just lights out. Then they drag you across the map like luggage and stuff you into a freezing tube. The scariest part? You never really know where they are. There's no warning sound, no screen shake, they just appear. And if you're still trying to finish that hack, it's already too late. The key to playing against the Beast is staying quiet. Don't run unless you have to. Watch the corners, listen for doors opening, and if someone else gets caught, you've got two options: help or hide. And if you're the Beast, it's all about prediction. People love hiding behind doors and in crawl spaces, so check them constantly. Camp the pods if you're dirty, or play fair and chase. Either way, smacking someone with that hammer never gets old. The Mimic. The Mimic is pure nightmare fuel. This isn't your typical jump scare monster. This thing plays with your head. Every chapter throws a new version of her at you, and each one is worse than the last. Crawling, limping, screaming. Sometimes she just stands there and stares. And that stare? Chills. She doesn't just run at you, she hunts. Some mimics will wander around silently, while others screech the second they spot you. And yeah, the chase music? Pure anxiety. You hear that traditional Japanese flute kick in, and suddenly you're sprinting through narrow hallways hoping she doesn't turn the same corner. Each chapter is like a different horror game. One mimic might teleport, another might crawl out of a well, and just when you think you're safe, flickering lights, creaking floors, she's already behind you. There's no one strategy against her. You gotta watch her patterns. Some you can juke around corners. Some you just need to hide from and pray she walks past. And sometimes, you just run and scream like the rest of us. The Mimic isn't scary because she jumps out. She's scary because she waits. Killer Barney. Killer Barney looks like a joke at first. Big purple dinosaur, wide smile, waddling around. But don't let that fool. This dude is straight up nightmare fuel. The second he locks onto you, that goofy grin turns into full-blown murder mode. And trust me, once he starts chasing, you don't get much time to think. The map's pretty open, but Barney's faster than he looks. You try to juke him around a corner and suddenly he's teleporting or glitching forward like some horror movie bug. And yeah, he makes those weird, distorted cartoon sounds when he's close. Like someone mashed old VHS tapes together and gave it life. His main trick is surprise. You'll be walking through what seems like an empty hallway, maybe even laughing, and then boom, he's right there in your face. No footsteps, no warning, just purple death. The only way to survive is move. Keep your distance. Don't get boxed in near walls or dead ends, and never underestimate the stupid-looking ones. Killer Barney is living proof that childhood icons can turn absolutely cursed. If you thought Doors was scary, wait until a twisted Barney chases you down full speed with glitched-out screams in the background. Happy the Clown. Happy the Clown looks like some creepy mascot reject. Big smile, floppy shoes, frozen eyes that stare straight through you. But once you hear that jingle start playing, you're already in trouble. He doesn't chase like most killers. Happy stalks. You'll be flipping burgers, doing your little shift, and suddenly the lights flicker. You hear faint carnival music and the fryer starts sparking. That's your only warning. Then he just shows up. No footsteps, no breathing, just this towering clown standing right behind you like he's waiting for a punch. The wild part is, the more mistakes you make during your shift, burning food, missing orders, the angrier he gets. It's like the game punishes stress with more stress. Doors start slamming, the walls breathe, alarms go off, and somewhere in the middle of all that, Happy is moving. If he catches you, you don't just die. You glitch out, the whole screen breaks. Your character freaks. It's chaos. Best way to stay alive? Do your job. No joke. Be a model employee. Keep it clean, keep it fast, and maybe Happy won't pay you a visit. But mess up just once, he'll clock in for your shift. Father is basically the heart attack hiding inside forgotten memories. You're walking around a dark, creepy Freddy's-style pizzeria thinking, okay, this isn't so bad. And then boom. This thing shows up and your night goes to hell. He's not flashy. He doesn't sprint across the map like some maniac. He just appears, tall, slow, and absolutely terrifying. Sometimes you'll catch a glimpse of him through the glass, standing perfectly still. Other times, he's already in the room, and the lights start freaking out. That's how you know you're dead. Flickering lights and a split second of his silhouette. Father's whole deal is darkness. The second the generator or the lights go out, that's when he moves. If you're not near a working flashlight or hiding in the office with the door shut, he will find you, and there's no dramatic chase scene. It's just silence, then death. He's got this slow, heavy breathing you can hear if he's close, but it's not always clear where it's coming from. It's like the game wants you to panic and waste your power. And most of the time, you will. If you're playing support, power management is your only weapon. The scariest part? Because when it does, Father doesn't knock. He walks straight in. SCP-096. SCP-096 is one of those monsters that doesn't care how fast you are, how smart you play, or where you hide. The second you see his face, it's over. Doesn't matter if it's by accident or through a camera, once you've made eye contact, he goes from silent sobbing to full-blown rage mode in about 2 seconds. In SCP roleplay, he usually just sits in a corner crying, like he's broken. But that's the trap. The moment someone looks at him, even just a glimpse, he lets out this awful scream and launches into the most terrifying sprint you'll ever see in Roblox. He's insanely fast. Not like run and juke him fast, I mean, he will delete you in 3 seconds fast. The worst part? You can't really outrun him. Even if you start running the second he activates, he'll still catch you unless you're already 2 floors away with doors and corners between you. And hiding? Yeah, good luck. He tracks you until you're gone. Your only real defense? Don't look at him. Seriously, not even by accident. If you're in a zone where 096 is active, look at the floor, the walls, anything but that pale, crying face. Because once you see it, you're not escaping. You're just buying time. Benny the Bunny. Benny the Bunny is what happens when you take something cute and completely ruin it. At first glance, he's just this little cartoon rabbit, super cheerful, always smiling. But then you realize everyone in the village is terrified of him. And yeah, there's a reason. In Bunny Tale, Benny acts like the friendly town mascot. But the second things start going wrong, that mask drops. You start noticing villagers disappearing. The music gets weird. Benny starts showing up in places he shouldn't be. Just standing there, staring. No sound, no jump scare, just this uncomfortable silence with him watching you. And once you start digging into what's really going on in the village, it all starts spiraling. The tasks get darker. The NPCs look scared. Benny's voice lines get more aggressive. Like he's trying way too hard to sound cheerful, but it's clearly fake. The final moments? Straight up nightmare fuel. That wide smile, the glitched face, the way he moves, it's not random. He knows what you did, and he's punishing you for it. Best tip? Don't trust anything that smiles too much, especially when everyone else is begging you to leave. Benny's not cute. He's a warning in a costume. The Intruder. The Intruder is one of the most unnerving killers in Roblox. Not because he jumps out at you, but because you're stuck in a room, and you know he's coming. You're not exploring, you're not fighting. You're surviving in your own house, with nothing but a phone, a camera system, and your nerves. The whole game is this quiet panic. You sit in your room checking cameras, listening for breathing, and trying to follow strict instructions just to make it through the night. The Intruder? You never see him clearly. Just a shadow slipping through the hallway, a shape outside the window, breathing on the other side of the door. His main tricks are sound and patience. If you don't answer the phone properly, dead. If you forget to turn off the lights when he's near, dead. If you stare at the camera too long, guess what? Yeah, dead. And it's not cheap jump scares. It's pressure. Every second feels like something's watching you, waiting for you to slip up. That's what makes him terrifying. He doesn't need to chase you. You open the wrong camera at the wrong time, and he's already inside. Surviving the intruder isn't about speed, it's about staying calm, which is way harder than it sounds when you're alone, in the dark, and he's breathing right behind the door. Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer is the definition of old-school creepypasta terror, and in Roblox he's just as brutal as you'd expect. You spawn in thinking you've got time to warm up, maybe loot a bit, and then Jeff shows up sprinting out of the fog with that stretched-out smile and dead white eyes. No build-up, no warning, just chaos. He's fast, way faster than you expect. Once he spots you, he locks in. And if you don't break line of sight or juke him hard, you're done. And the worst part? His movement is twitchy. He doesn't just run. He lunges, like he's glitching toward you. That makes him unpredictable and hard to shake. In Survive the Killer, if Jeff is the chosen killer, you need to stay mobile. Don't camp lockers. Don't think the same corner trick will work twice. He'll sniff you out. And if you're reviving a teammate, better hope he's not nearby. He's notorious for catching players mid-rescue. He doesn't talk. He doesn't taunt. He just shows up and deletes you. That smile? It's not friendly. It's the last thing you see before the screen goes red. If you hear footsteps getting louder and your screen starts tilting, yeah, Jeff's already behind you. Piggy. Piggy looks harmless for like 2 seconds. You load into the game, the music's kind of chill, the map feels like a puzzle game, and then you hear the sound of footsteps and that metal bat dragging across the floor. That's when you know it's over. She's not fast at first, but don't let that fool you. Piggy doesn't chase like a normal killer. She cuts you off. The AI, or the player controlling her, knows how to corner you. And if she's controlled by someone who knows the map, you're basically trapped from the start. That bat? One tap. Instant knockdown. No scream, no build-up, just bonk. You're done. And if you're playing in infection mode, oh yeah, now there's 5 piggies coming for you. Good luck with that. Her whole vibe is cursed Peppa Pig on a rampage. Empty stare, cracked smile, and that weird robotic movement. It's unsettling. Like something from an old dream you forgot you had. Best way to survive Piggy? Learn the map. Know your escape routes. Because if you run in circles hoping to find a key while she's 2 steps behind, yeah, that door's not opening fast enough. And once you hear that theme tune kicking in, don't look back. She's already there. Grim. Grim is one of those villains that feels like he's watching you the whole game, even when he's not on screen. In Break-In, Story, you start out eating pizza, messing around with beds, thinking it's just another goofy Roblox roleplay. But when the lights go out and the TV starts glitching, everything changes. That's when Grim makes his entrance. He doesn't yell. He doesn't run. He just walks, nice and slow, with a bat in his hand and that creepy white mask that barely moves. He's calm, cold. That's what makes him terrifying. He doesn't act like a monster. He acts like someone who's done this 100 times before. When he and the rest of the villains break into your house, it's full survival mode. Barricades, hiding, dodging hits, and if you get cornered, Grim will beat you down without a word. Even in the boss fight later on, he doesn't rush you. He taunts. He controls the room. You're not fighting a random enemy. You're trying to stay alive against a guy who already planned this out. The trick with Grim is awareness. If you're not paying attention to every sound and every shadow, he'll catch you slipping. And when he does, that mask is the last thing you see. The Hauntress. The Hauntress is one of those ghosts that doesn't rely on cheap jump scares. She just builds dread. In Spectre, you walk into the house with your EMF reader and a flashlight that barely works. And for a while, it's quiet. Too quiet. Then you hear her. The whispering. The distant hum. A door creaks. And suddenly, every light in the house flickers. She's here. She doesn't chase you full speed like some monster in a horror game. No, she stalks. 1 second she's upstairs, the next she's behind you. You turn around, nothing. But your sanity's dropping fast, the EMF's spiking, and your flashlight's having a seizure. You know she's close. Her strength is subtlety. She drains sanity fast, especially if you're alone or standing in the dark. She's also way more aggressive on higher difficulties. She'll start hunting her, and once she does, it's almost impossible to tell where she's coming from. The key to surviving the Hauntress? Stay together. Don't stand in corners alone. Use your tools. Spirit box, EMF, thermometer. But never forget where the hiding spots are. Because when the lights go out and you hear that soft hum getting louder, you're not investigating anymore. You're next. Reaper. The Reaper in Identity Fraud isn't just another killer wandering the maze. He's the one that makes you paranoid. You could be walking through the same hallway for 5 minutes, hearing nothing, seeing nothing, and then your screen twitches. That's how you know he's found you. He doesn't charge like fraud or teleport like Stan. Reaper just shows up. No footsteps, no breathing. One moment the hallway's empty. The next, he's right behind you. The scariest part? He doesn't move until you look away. If you're not constantly watching him, he closes the gap instantly and silently. You'll catch him barely peeking from around a corner, half his face exposed. And the second you blink or turn, he's closer, and then too late. That silent death animation hits different when you had no clue he was even following. The way to survive him? Stare him down. Literally. Keep your eyes locked on him while you back away and don't break line of sight. Reaper is a test of nerves. Most players panic, run, and get caught. He's not loud. He doesn't announce himself. He watches. He waits. And if you stop paying attention, Reaper ends your run before you even know what happened. The Skinwalker. The Skinwalker is straight up nightmare fuel. You're dropped into the woods with your friends and at first it feels chill. Flashlights, radios, just some creepy forest vibes. But then someone calls out your name and it's your voice. From deep in the trees. That's when it hits you. The Skinwalker's nearby. This thing doesn't sprint at you or roar in your face. It copies. It mimics voices, footsteps, even usernames. 1 second you're regrouping and the next someone's yelling help in the exact voice of your teammate from the wrong direction. Visually, it's terrifying. It might look human for a second, but then you spot the glitchy limbs, the stretched face, the way it moves just a little too wrong. You hesitate, and that's all it needs. If it gets close, it's over. You won't get a flashy kill animation. Just silence, then darkness. Surviving it means never trusting what you hear. Always confirm who's who. Stick together, use callouts, and if something feels off, it probably is. The Skinwalker feeds on confusion, panic, and isolation. And when it speaks in your own voice from the shadows, don't answer. Run! Ronald. Ronald is what happens when you take a kid's mascot and throw him into a horror blender. Red hair, yellow jumpsuit, big smile. Yeah, it's clearly a clown, but this one's not here to hand out happy meals. He's here to destroy you. The second the round starts, Ronald's out of his cage and roaming the map like a maniac. He's fast, unpredictable, and worst of all, loud. That laugh? You'll hear it echoing through the walls, and once it gets close, good luck staying calm. The dude sprints like he's late for a massacre. His whole thing is pressure. He chases relentlessly. If you're trying to solve puzzles or unlock doors, you better move fast because Ronald doesn't give you time to think. He'll force you into tight spaces, and if you corner yourself, it's over. One swing of that oversized weapon and you're done. What makes him extra creepy is how happy he acts while doing it. The constant smiling, the bright colors. It's messed up. It's like the game wants you to feel safe for a second. Then boom, jump scare. If you want to survive Ronald, keep moving, learn the map, and for the love of fries, don't look back when you hear that laugh. He's already sprinting. Smiley. Smiley is probably one of the most uncomfortable killers in Roblox. Not because he's fast, not because he's loud, but because he just exists. Silent. Still, smiling. The whole time you're walking through a quiet, empty map and then you notice him. In the distance. Standing there, watching. He doesn't run. He doesn't scream. He just moves when you're not looking. Kinda like an SCP-173 vibe, but way more disturbing. Every time you blink or turn a corner or check behind you, he's closer. That massive, unnatural grin never changes. No eyes. Just that frozen face like he's enjoying it. And the creepiest part? You're never sure when the game starts lying to you. Fake sounds, flickering lights, random doors opening. You start second-guessing everything. Then you turn around and Smiley is right there. No footsteps, no breathing, just static and silence. To survive, you need constant awareness. Stick with someone. Don't wander off. Always check behind you. Not for what's chasing you, but for what's waiting. Because Smiley doesn't hunt like a monster. He waits like a trap. And when you see that grin up close, it's already too late. The Puppeteer. The Puppeteer Inspector 2 isn't just a ghost. She's a mental breakdown waiting to happen. She doesn't scream or smash doors. She gets in your head. Your flashlight flickers, the air goes dead silent, and suddenly your sanity's dropping faster than your Wi-Fi during a storm. She doesn't move like other ghosts. Sometimes she won't show up for half the round. Then all at once, she's in every room you walk into. You'll hear whispers, see shadows dart past, and then bam! EMF jumps to red and your screen starts glitching. That's how you know she's done watching and ready to hunt. Her strength is psychological. She messes with electronics, lures players into splitting up, and stalks silently. You won't even know she's active until it's way too late. And once the hunt starts, She's fast, with this slow, unnatural twitching that makes her feel way too real. If you're going to survive the puppeteer, you need solid comms and strong sanity. Crucifix up early, use smudge sticks right when she spikes, and do not wander off alone. That's exactly what she wants. She doesn't just kill you, she plays with you first, and by the time she's done, you'll wish she hadn't.